Due to its small population, limited resources, and extremely unfavorable geography from a defensive standpoint, combined with long-term encirclement by hostile Arab neighbors, Israel has developed an extraordinary sensitivity toward national security. Israel's entire security doctrine can be summarized in one sentence. The nation cannot afford even a single military defeat. To ensure its survival, Israel is willing to sacrifice economic development and allocate enormous budgets to defense. It has devoted significant human and material resources to controlling large areas of Arab territory to create strategic depth and has frequently ignored international pressure and sanctions, insisting on acting unilaterally in matters of security. Some observers argue that Israel's security concerns have reached a near-pathological level. A core principle of Israel's security strategy is to maintain overwhelming military strength that can deter adversaries. In addition to developing advanced conventional weapons, Israel began nuclear research in the 1950s. Its main nuclear facility is located at Dimona in the Negev Desert. Countries such as France, the United States, West Germany, Norway, and South Africa have all cooperated with Israel on nuclear development. It is widely believed that after the U.S., Soviet Union, Britain, France, and China, Israel became the world's sixth nuclear power. Western experts estimate that by the outbreak of the 1973 October War, Israel already possessed missile delivery systems and approximately 10 to 20 nuclear warheads. Israeli leaders publicly state that the country has the technical capability to produce nuclear weapons and refuse to sign the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty. At the same time, to avoid provoking Arab states, Israel maintains a policy of deliberate nuclear ambiguity. Another major principle of Israel's security doctrine is the willingness to launch preemptive strikes to neutralize threats before they reach Israeli territory. This is especially evident regarding efforts by Arab states to develop nuclear weapons. Iraq was considered the Arab country most likely to acquire nuclear capability. With French assistance, Iraq began nuclear development in the 1970s, quickly becoming a top security concern for Israel. In April 1979, Israeli agents sabotaged a nuclear reactor purchased by Iraq, destroying it in a warehouse in Toulon, France. Iraq continued pursuing its nuclear program, and in 1980 received another French-made reactor and enriched uranium. By early 1981, the Osirak, Tammuz, reactor near Baghdad began operating, causing deep alarm in Israel. Israeli officials warned that they would be forced to respond. On June 7, 1981, 8 Israeli F-16 fighter jets, escorted by 6 F-15s, flew at low altitude along the Jordanian and Saudi borders, reached Iraqi airspace undetected, and destroyed the Osirak reactor in a strike that lasted only 2 minutes. By the time Iraqi air defenses reacted, the Israeli jets were already heading home. The long-range strike triggered widespread international condemnation. The United Nations adopted a strongly worded resolution, and even the Reagan administration criticized Israel and temporarily suspended delivery of 4 F-16s. However, inside Israel, the operation was widely praised as a legitimate act of self-defense. The successful attack also boosted support for the ruling Likud party in the 1981 elections, allowing it to narrowly defeat the labor alignment and form a new coalition government with several religious parties. This administration was even more hawkish, appointing 2 well-known hardliners, Yitzhak Shamir and Ariel Sharon, as foreign minister and defense minister. Since the 1970s, Israel faced an increasingly powerful adversary, the Palestine Liberation Organization, PLO. Although various Palestinian armed groups had existed for years, they were initially disorganized and posed limited threat. But after Yasser Arafat became PLO chairman in 1969, the organization adopted new strategies and unified its forces, becoming a significant danger to Israel. Following the Arab-Israeli conflicts, large numbers of Palestinian refugees fled into Lebanon. By the early 1980s, around 600,000 Palestinians lived in Lebanon, mostly in impoverished camps. After the 1970 Black September crisis, the PLO moved its headquarters from Jordan to West Beirut, developing into a state within a state, supported financially by Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, and others. It possessed military units, factories, hospitals, radio stations, newspapers, and banks, and frequently launched attacks on northern Israel. Israeli retaliation caused Lebanese civilian casualties, leading to friction between the PLO and the Lebanese government. In 1975, sectarian tensions triggered the Lebanese Civil War. The PLO joined Muslim militias against Christian Maronite forces and the Lebanese army. As Arab-Israeli peace efforts progressed, Syria and other rejectionist states increased their support for the PLO. In March 1978, Israel launched a major operation in southern Lebanon, withdrawing only after handing the area to allied Christian militias. By 1981, Syria had deployed additional forces and Soviet-made missiles inside Lebanon, escalating tensions into the so-called Syrian-Israeli missile crisis. Meanwhile, PLO attacks intensified. Between May 1981 and early 1982, the PLO launched 290 attacks on northern Israel, killing 29 people and wounding 271. In response, Israel bombed PLO positions in southern Lebanon and Beirut. The increasing instability convinced Prime Minister Begin's government, especially Defense Minister Ariel Sharon, that a major military operation was needed to eliminate the PLO threat once and for all. Sharon envisioned two objectives: destroy the PLO's military and political infrastructure, eliminate Syrian missile deployments in Lebanon. On June 4, 1982, after the shooting of Israel's ambassador in London, an attack the PLO denied involvement in, Israel launched Operation Peace for Galilee, invading Lebanon. This conflict became known as the 1982 Lebanon War, or the Fifth Arab-Israeli War. Israel quickly advanced, capturing PLO bases, encircling West Beirut, and besieging the city while cutting off water, electricity, and supplies. U.S. envoy Philip Habib mediated negotiations, resulting in an agreement. More than 12,000 PLO fighters withdrew to other Arab countries between August 21 and September 1. Syrian forces also withdrew to the Bekaa Valley. One of Israel's key aims, installing a friendly Maronite-led government, failed. Israeli casualties mounted, resentment grew within the IDF, and public opposition intensified. On September 14, newly elected Lebanese President Bashir Gemayel was assassinated. Israeli forces re-entered West Beirut and surrounded Palestinian camps. From September 16 to 18, with Israeli forces controlling the area, the Christian Phalangist militia entered the Sabra and Shatila camps and massacred more than 2,300 civilians, many of them women and children. The atrocity shocked the world. Egypt suspended negotiations with Israel. Western nations condemned the killings and redeployed peacekeeping forces. Israel was forced to withdraw from West Beirut. The massacre triggered massive outrage within Israel itself. Public anger focused on Sharon and other officials. Anti-war sentiment surged to unprecedented levels.